Out of all of my fragrances, I'd say about 1,500 of them are Middle Eastern fragrances. If I were to only pick 10, these would be the absolute top 10 of all time right now. What's going on, guys? My name's Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. Today we're gonna be talking about the absolute top 10 Middle Eastern fragrances of all time right now. This is a pretty heavy list because they're always coming out with fragrances back to back to back. This is a little bit more complex than even doing with the niche and the designers, because out of the niche and designers, let's say 10 releases, maybe 1 or 2 of them are like, damn, these are fucking fire and potentially top worthy. But the Middle East, it's like every month we get about 50. And I mean, some would say a blessing and a curse. I would say a little bit of both. So let's go ahead and get started with you joining the family. Hit that subscription, it's free, I promise. And you'll also discover a lot of gems, a lot of shit people aren't talking about, and honest reviews. Absolutely no compromise. Starting off with one of the first ones on this list, I love Stronger With You Parfum. This is incredible when it comes to sweetness, depth, darkness, inky vibes with roasted chestnut. So sexy, but it's a little bit expensive. So Khadlaj Titan came in. This is kind of like a 80% concentration of Stronger With You Parfum. Now the scent, a little bit of a different story. I would say about 85 to 90% close, but the concentration of this one is where it makes it a little bit more versatile. So with this being said, it still gives me a performance of 8 hours right out of the box, because this lasts to the next day. Lighter, more diffusive, but still in capturing the whole scent profile. It's the darkest, it's the richest, and it's the most smoky Stronger With You that you can get today. Khadlaj Titan does not smell like any cheapie. It doesn't smell cheap, bro. Like, cheapies are cool, but not when they smell cheap. And we've come a long way from cheap smelling shit. This, absolutely phenomenal, and it comes down to like one of the top for the fall time and the winter time. Next one is a classic take on a barbershoppy spiced fragrance, Sauvage Elixir. Except this one has a little bit more hair on its chest. Strong as shit, spiced, extremely high quality, and one of the last ones to drop. It's called Riffs Privé Blue. It smells very close to Sauvage Elixir. Wow, bro, the quality of this is immaculate for the price. Spiced licorice, lavender, some aromatics and woods. Bro, there is no man that's into men fragrances that's not gonna like this, okay? But it is very barbershoppy in every good way. You have been warned. 180 bucks for Sauvage Elixir, or this for around $30. Crazy. I'm not even sure if we carry this on Shop AROMATIX, but you can check it out. We also have niche designers. We have the lowest prices on Bond No. 9 fragrances, and we get them directly from the sources, so they're 100% real. Moving on to the next one. This is a dark, smoky woods. Okay, we're kind of going a little bit dark, dark, dark. I promise there are some freshies in this list as well. But this one takes me into like the temple vibes. I loved Tom Ford's Bon Fumé, and shortly after that came Mur Mystery by Tom Ford. A lot of people hate Tom Ford fragrances because of the price. I agree. I don't blame you, bro. But I bought Mur Mystery because it was a really good take on a vanillic style of dark resins. And then they came out with Black Lacquer, and that in itself was kind of attention grabbing. It was super dark, and it's supposed to have like this vinyl accord, literally smell like vinyl. How the fuck do you even get that? You don't, okay? You just make up a couple of combinations from the notes that smells like vinyl to that person who's telling them vinyl accord, right? So take them all with a grain of salt. But what it smells like to me is like a darker, more ink style of smoky, ambery woods, okay? It smells really good. It smells like if you intensified a Bon Fumé. Take a Bon Fumé, make it even darker, and you end up with Black Lacquer or Kohl. This fragrance really made me feel dumb because of how close it is. And I spent, I think it was $350 for a 1.7. This is so good. And for every Ramadan, the R started rolling. For every Ramadan, I'm gonna be rocking this one. For every Salat al-Jum'ah, probably rocking this one as well. So if you like those soul-searching, very comforting style fragrances, this is exactly that. Moving on to the next one. This is fresh, soapy, and tea. This is the best inspo of imagination, not because of how close, but because of everybody's feedback, because of longevity, because of quality. It's Marwa by Arabiyat Prestige. This is a phenomenal take on imagination. Soapy fresh, clean, aromatic, crisp, and masculine. Women love this scent profile. It's crazy. Now, initially when I bought Imagination, I bought it in a small bottle because I was like, who the fuck wants to smell like a bar of soap? Until I wore it, until I got compliments, and until my experience changed. Like I said, man, a lot of these fragrances, they are tied to experiences as well. That makes them worthy of a top 10. Actually, I said that in the other video of top 10 with the mixed fragrances, not the Middle East. Anyway, you get the idea. A lot of these top 10 come back to having some certain experience with them, because that elevates your whole, relationship with the fragrance, and that's the case with this one. Although it started a little salty because I like the Essence de Blanc more, and I truly find it to be closer, the overall experience and feedback has been that Marwa is the people's choice. So, moving on. Staying fresh, and I'm actually wearing it right now. I kid you guys not, I went to the gym at 10 a.m. It is now 2:10 p.m. I sprayed this a good 8 to 10 times, and I could still smell it from 10 a.m. to 2, which is about 11, 12, 1, 2, 4 to 4.5 hours later. It's still projecting until now. It's called Zenith Blue by French Avenue, and this is the closest inspo to Sauvage Elixir. Sprayed this on, went to the gym, got on the treadmill next to a couple of ladies, and I'm telling you guys right now, I knew I smelled good. I could smell it in the air, and I'm like, what did I wear? Listen, this is real problems that happens when you have too many fragrances, okay? And that's kind of been the case for me lately. And I remembered, oh, I'm wearing basic ass Sauvage, but that basic shit works and it smells amazing. It's called Zenith Blue. I'd do it again. Next up is one that I rocked in the airport. I wore this coming back from Dubai. It's got exotic vibes written all over. It smells like $1,000,000. It smells like Arab money. This is called Qissat al-Najah Nadawi by Arabiyat Prestige. This has such an exotic, oriental, oudi, lemony, tart citruses with this, I don't even know how to explain it properly, man, because it's just next level. It's very crystallized and something spiced, maybe even slightly salty, tart, and then jammy and very oudi. I know, a lot of descriptors, but that's what it smells like. Smells like $1,000,000. But you do have to enjoy incensey and bakhur style of vibes. Sugary, metallic, spiced, oudi, incensey. And that, just to summarize a little bit, is what this is. It smells like a combination of, imagine YSL Elixir, which is soapy, it's clean, it's fresh, but it also has this raunchy pine, blended with something that's gonna be jammy with passion fruit and oud, or bakhur style of vibes. You end up with something like this. What I get from this that I don't get from both of those is what smells like this salty style of ambergris. It's very polarizing. It's not for everybody, but for me, dude, I'd buy this again and again. It actually contests with a lot of niche fragrances, including Blue Sapphire by Boudicca and Abdul Samad Al-Qurashi blend. And to be honest with you guys, wow, okay. It smells amazing. I love it. And you don't need more than 3 to 4 sprays. Beastly, you have been warned. Next one is not what I'm showing you because I gifted the original. It's Volcan Fouet. The reason I put Volcan Fouet on this list is because of how different it is. It just smells like an exotic fragrance. And also, it smells way more expensive. Yes, there's a lot of clones of God of Fire, that's what it is. It's inspired by Stefan, whatever. It's a 50 ml for like $300, dude, okay? These are $50 and less. And there are a lot of them that might be $30, maybe even $35, but this is absolutely the highest quality one. That's one of the biggest reasons why some of these, or all of these, are on here is the quality. This shit does not smell like it's supposed to be cheap or even less than $100 until, I mean, unless you know about this channel and Middle Eastern fragrances, you would never know. And when you smell this fragrance, Volcan Bay, it's actually pretty good. It smells like a raspberry vodka lemonade, okay? But Volcan Fouet, what we're actually talking about on this list, smells like a fizzy carbonated mango soda with a dry down of vanilla cream. So unique, it's so different, and you will smell expensive rocking that fragrance. So far we've done 2, 4, 6, 7. We've got 3 more. Next one is Magnetic. This is a Middle Eastern fragrance from Middle Eastern house, obviously. And it blows out of the water designer and niche fragrances that do barbershoppy, fresh, light floral. Those fabric softener scents, you know, smelling like dry cleaner, this is the cream of the crop when it comes to it. Perfumers, same quality ingredients from the same manufacturers and factories as some of the very popular designer houses, just with more performance and concentration. In fact, a lot of these fragrances are designed to be better. Actually, like that's the case. So the cream of the crop when it comes to that fresh, white floral fragrance is the intention for this, and also compliments, and that's why we called it Magnetic. 32% concentration. Yeah, if you like YSL myself, if you like barbershoppy scents like Bond Number 9, if you like a Moed Reflection, this is in that territory of fragrances that are just like that, but just overperforming and just better in every single way. Fresh, aromatic, and also white florals. Stuff works all year round. This next one is very nostalgic to me. It is the best powdery vanilla fragrance you can get at the price point. It has nothing to do with clones, but it's a Middle Eastern house that started all of the Middle Eastern fragrances. This shit is the cream of the crop when it comes to that. You know, a lot of people are like raving about Mercedes-Benz Club Black, and they're like hidden gem and things like that, but that is like a more censored version of these Middle Eastern vanillas. This is truly the best when it comes to all of those. It's called Essence of Casablanca by Swiss Arabian. When I tell you guys the history of the whole I mean, it's not just this one. You guys know this is like nostalgia times 10. But when it comes to this fragrance, I've smelled it in so many different brands in different ways because it's a very signature Middle Eastern vanilla, but this one is the best one. Extrait de parfum, longevity is the entire day. You wanna be careful when spraying this, and also it's very unisex. It's a powdery style of dusted vanilla. Compliment galore. Fall and winter time, and even the springtime, I think this one would work. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the Swiss Arabian one. This one has history to it as well. The whole house of Swiss Arabian. I still remember when I picked these up and the quality of these were like miles above some of the older fragrances that were out during this time. This one's very polarizing. I thought about putting it on this list, but it might not be for everybody. Still smells incredible. Saffron, rose oud, and chocolate. Get this, you'll thank me later. Ooh, that smells good. Last but not least, this is the most delicate pineapple fragrance that I have in my collection. When it comes to smelling very polished, refined, elegant, and unisex, this is a unisex fragrance. Gentlemen who grab this, you have to accept the fact that it does lean slightly femme, and also a man can wear it. It's called Riffs Mukhtalif Silver. Look, the bottle and all that stuff, it's, you know, I get it. It looks like a budget or feels like a budget. I mean, might not look like a budget. I don't know. You let me know. Does this look like a budget fragrance to you in the comment section? It does have a magnetic cap, but I guess if you put it toe to toe against these boring ass, but they have pretty high quality, sure. But the fragrance, white waxy florals with this juicy melon accord and pineapple. Simple as that. For weddings, for sophisticated events, for balls, for you just want to smell like money, this is the one, man. It smells like Lamar by Kajal. And the performance of this, I was surprised. 6 to 8 hours on a fragrance that's this light, this sophisticated. I think it deserves every bit of credit. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There is one more honorable mention that I want to mention on this list, and this is by Ahmed Al-Maghribi. It's called La Thani. And I've been loving Ignite Oud for a long, long time, but I've kind of put it on the sidelines for quite some time, and I've really been rocking the shit out of this one. And this has what smells like to me the Ignite Oud DNA, mixed with some of Gisla's Imperial Valley. Makes it a little bit easier to wear, this leathery, candied style of mandarin with aromatic rosemary and some musks with oud. A leather candied aromatic oud fragrance. Very different, very unique, and extremely strong. These are the 11 fragrances that I would take if I had to ditch them all. Wow, that would be a nightmare. I hold a lot of these very, very close to me. Let me know in the comments section, are there Middle Eastern fragrances, or let's say cheapy Middle Eastern fragrances, because not all of these are cheapies and not all of these are clones. This is nowhere near a clone, and honestly, it tops some of these freaking vanilla fragrances by niche and designers. But let me know what Middle Eastern cheapy fragrance you would take over a niche or designer. My name is Neeb. Thank you so much for tuning back in Aromatics, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.